It's important to understand the structure of any commercial building you're inspecting. If you don't have a firm grasp on its structure, it's very difficult for you to do anything else when you're describing the building. We certainly know those main tenants are plumb, level, square, and straight. But when you look at a building like we have behind us with this 12 stories of a glass wall, that's most likely this curtain wall that's in front of the structure, I don't have any clue of what the components of structure are. Is it steel? Is it concrete? Is it wood? Hope not. But we have to investigate deeper into the structure. And in doing that, you got to go to the areas that are visible. So let's see if we can wrap our arms around the structure of this building and trace it all the way up to the roof. Your assessment of structure is going to be very difficult in a finished, occupied building. So only thing you have to give you any clues and any signs are any open spaces. I'm down here in the lowest level, which is great because this is where the structure comes to. And what do I see? I see poured in place concrete. So if you bet on concrete versus steel, you won. And so when I know it's poured in place, because I can actually look at these concrete elements and see where there was a form. So I'm confident they weren't trucked in. These were all poured right here in place. The floors, or in this case, the ceilings, the columns, and the beams. But that's just down here. So we're going to still have to continue our tour and see if we see other structural signs that codify this is concrete, or maybe they switch it to steel. We've serpentined through the building trying to assess the structure, trying to determine what it is. And we're up here on the top floor of the building. And we have a continuation of our concrete columns. So I'm pretty comfortable to say this building is all concrete. Concrete floors, concrete walls, concrete columns, concrete beams, and carrying all that load. And once again, it was poured in place. I can see that. I can see right here the form line between one piece and another piece. We know it's going to be reinforced. We're going to have all those things, but this helps reinforce our analysis of the structure of the building. I'm also going to take you over and show you what the floors look like to show you that those too are concrete. I like to use unfinished spaces to help me deduce or find out what it is that I'm looking at as far as structure. And here we have nice, polished, perfect concrete. So now I know what the columns are. I know what the floor is, which consequently becomes my ceiling to the level below us. And everything in this building now, I'm comfortable to say, is concrete. We've looked at the floors. We know they're concrete. We've looked at the columns. We've looked at the ceilings. Now let's finish up looking at the exterior walls. I'm comfortable to, again, talk about the concrete and the structure because this outside wall we have of this building, that's just a curtain wall. That is just a curtain wall. You can see my hand over here on the other side of this beam. That wall is set on the outside of structure. So that is the clearest, cleanest definition between window wall and curtain wall. And so let's take a look and see if there's any other elements or any other principles of structure we need to address. We began discussing the principles of structure, and there's a lot of elements that go to it, but we're really only commenting on or assessing what is visible, what is readily accessible to you during the inspection. And in our case, really all that was readily accessible, there's a few of these columns. And in the lower area, those beams and some of the floor system. But you're going to go to other areas. Not all structures are going to be just like this. Now, a lot of high rises of this vintage are concrete. But you go to other areas, there's the steel skyscrapers. And so you go to those areas to which you can see and build your structural analysis from there. We'll even have floor systems that might be a corrugated pan floor with a 4 or 5 inch of concrete poured on top. Regardless of the type, report on what you can see, assess what you can assess, and describe your limitations in your final inspection report.